一种เนี่ย这个的人家梦叫毛的错是的ก็ต้องตอนลงนอยอ KPMP 一切周播 AM เรา都ก็พี่เรานอเพียงก็ได้มอง是的รงเสียก็是ที่เขาจึงจังลำลงตัวสต้องจวนตัวนอยอจอลงนอเทียนู่นอยออีน้องจึงจัง special day ปุ่มไม่ตัวขวาจึงจังตัวกงจอสต้องจวนตัวนอในยอ US Senator Franken สตาร์ไปเลยตัวในสตูดิโอเนาะตัวฟ้าเอาไปหล่อลงตัวไปก็ตัวนี้จะมองเฉยนั่น
Okay, today is a nice day. Senator Franken will be here to send a good message to the Hmong community.
Hi, Peter.
Hi, Senator.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Senator, พี่บัญชีจะก็จะหาหลีก็ว่าเนี่ยตัวต่อจีได้ตัวไปก็ตัวนี้จะมองเฉยว่าได้จีเท่า
Senator, what do you do in your office as a United States Senator?
Well, as a United States Senator, I'm one of two from Minnesota. Every state has two, who represents all the people of Minnesota. And I do that in Washington, D.C., and here. We have an office in St. Paul. This is distinct from a state senator, for example, Fang He, who represents his district in St. Paul, in the state capital of St. Paul. I represent all Minnesotans, the entire state of Minnesota, in Washington, D.C., as one of two senators.
Senator Franken itu US Senator nya to holusang Minnesota na tulusang na ke ilusang tinamo atu US Senator kene ya itu kene kumo all hongkan ilunya ro ta wa jedau ilunya ro ta St. Paul ni sai ke ana pa kyo ro tang tho chong ku tin cha mong nya ro holusang Minnesota bi zu ya li Senator Fong He na ni ku wa tu to sai ke to ni district to ya
Senator Franken ยาตลอดก็มาคิดคือป้าโตตัวก็ต้องจำมั่งยันเดอมินนิโซตาได้จีเลยฮอกเฮียมันจีอยากปอฮะ
What have you worked on the impact the Minnesota Hmong community?
Well, as the United States Senator, I represent all the people in Minnesota, and the Hmong Minnesota community is a large, vibrant community here in our state.
นี่นะนี่กูตัวว่าตัวอยากเขาหลุดป้าตัวนี่นะว่าจะมองเนี่ยตัวเขาสังมินนิโซตานะมีเดียนี่นะว่ามองมินนิโซตานะกูอยากว่าอีลูว่า the all lu state ว่าลอดชับเลยว่ามองจงชะเด้อ
So I work on issues such as education. I work with Kai-Ying Tao, who's on the Roseville School Board, Chu Vu in St. Paul. On those issues to make sure that our kids get good world-class education.
กูว่าตัวเขาหลุดตัวชาเกี่ยวกับตัวกันเด้อสิริยะว่าเขาหลุดเขียนตัวก็ยังทอนยอดตัวไปลูรอโรสเวลไปเที่ยนาว่าเราอยู่ชื่อเราอยู่นาสกูบอร์ดชื่อยอดตัวเซนโพต่อ
Fang He is someone who I work with. He is successor to Mi Mua, who is a friend of mine. Mi was the first Hmong American to be a state legislator in the history of the United States, as befitting this state, which has such a large and vibrant Hmong Minnesota community.
ถ้ากูว่าเขาหลุดตัวว่าเซเนเตอร์ฝั่งเขาวันนี้อยากตัวรอว่าตัวเซเนเตอร์มีหมวดเจ้าเขาหลุดส่วนจีเนี่ยตัวเขาเสนอสตาร์มั่วมั่งจงว่าเกี่ยวกับเมืองดาวอยากเขาเกี่ยวเซเนเตอร์มีหมวดกูอยากอีตัววันนี้ถ้าเธอตัวรอว่านี่ว่ามั่งเซเนเตอร์เนี่ยตัวเขาเสนอสตาร์นี่กูว่าเขาหลุดตัวจงมั่งเนี่ยตัวเขาเสนอสตาร์
I work with Fang He on issues like Hmong business, Also in St. Paul with Dai Tao, who is in the St. Paul City Council.
Cụ hậu luận ra và Senator phòng hơi cho kế là kế lụa. Theo cụ hậu luận ra đó nào City Council Dai Tao nhớ到St. Paul đó cho và nên nào mong kế nhớ nào hậu rõ.
Senator Fang He also passed a bill in this year in the state legislature to build a memorial to the veterans who fought or those who fought with the United States during the secret war in Southeast Asia.
Senator Phong He cụ tàu thì nào chỉ trả tàu ít trả biểu là trả chạy còn thầu là một tàu ít từ bê thủa mong cho mong thia lo cho cụ tụt cho tệ tiền trị nhớ đầu tiền đó.
And I supported him on that initiative, and in fact, my campaign gave $1,000 so that on the private side of that, so that we can make sure that gets built. And I think that's so important because Minnesotans need to know that history.
Thế nên là cũng hậu luận cho Senator Phong He từ na stay tuned tới cái cũng lưu nên là cái lưu Hong Kong là sĩ tử nào chứ nào cũng tàu ba li 1000 年 có有主có tàu tụi bé thuần tới chủ sĩ lo bé lưu sang mình số ta lại nào năng cả有主力包着叫做蒙天到的建制我tàu ba đồ米cả.
As I've said many times, there are thousands of fewer Americans' names on that wall on the mall in Washington, D.C., on that Vietnam Wall, because of the brave fighters on our side in that war.
Olia cụ tự nhiên tàu hành tàu rau lo lở hết tiệt, giờ vì lý chaที่มีมั่วมีการจำเบย์เนี่ยนะว่าจะตุ้ดว่าเสียเลยนะจะเจอเนี่ยตอนต่อเจได้รอเราติดพันจ้ะยังวิยารู้เจียนจีว่าเนี่ยนะมองต่อป้านะว่ามีการที่ตัวจะเจอ
Senator เยอะก็ผ่านจีจะไปกูที่มองต่อป้าอะไรกันจังต่อโอ้ยาตาละเลยก็บอกว่าตัวอย่าบอกหรอกแค่อย่าบอกแต่ก็ป้าตัวก็ต้องจำห้องเฉลยเนาะทั้งเปลี่ยนเทียมถกเจอ
Senator, you have highlight a few important things about the engagement and the history of the Hmong. What work have you done to help Hmong community worldwide?
Back in 2010, there were 4,000 Hmong who in Thailand who were looking for refugee status, and they were illegally repatriated or taken to Laos.
Nhớ tôi trong áp phá cầu đó mua li thắt chặt lâu phá lăng mong trâu xa tại hậu thái tế một trong đó tế giả chỉ trâu kế trâu chạy Senator nó ở Franken của tàu một chùa cho mong nó thì tàu một chùa là lú dây lú rò thì là nhỏ lịch trà trâu lịch trà.
Many in the Hmong Minnesota community, of course, were very, very concerned. And so I had a public meeting, a number of public meetings, and at one point I brought in the ambassador, the United States ambassador to Laos, to St. Paul.
Vì cái cho mong nhớ cho hậu sinh mình số ta nó lỡ mua cái thức sinh đâu tràn đâu giả thiên đâu rồi hơn cụ thể tàu mua trong xã lan cho nè chỉ làm mấy sinh nhớ cho hậu lúc sinh mình số ta nó đông đâu rồi có tụ nào bé tụ thu America muốn nhớ rồi tìm ra tây tí yếu chủ tàu lần đó bé sĩ thản nhớ cho hậu sinh mình số ta nó.
Then in July of 2010, I and my wife traveled to Laos so that we could go to Phonecom, the resettlement village that these illegally repatriated Hmong had been brought, and to see that they were being treated right.
nhớ trâu lú xa linh tu trong áp phá cổng tờ cú thiết cú bọn nhà ư thi lì tàu mùi xùa lú rọ và cho mong nó trâu xa trả á một nhớ trâu có lấy chủ tàu kế nhớ như phong chỉ trâu kế chỉ rõ có tàu kế nhớ dạ cá xe lò.
While I was there, I made sure of a few things. One, that those were recognized by the UN as persons of interest were allowed to go to either to the United States or to other third countries, including Sweden. And two, that international non-governmental organizations were able to set up a clinic at Franken in order to see that the people there were being well treated.
Thiết của nó ít tới đây nữa của tàu mà giờ cho và xử lý từ muôn bề tàu và một giờ tới chờ là giờ nó vậy trâu chạy một giờ tới chờ tới lấy chủ tàu cho chạy trâu cho nó tôi một giờ tới chờ chỉ hay giờ tôi một nhớ tới chờ mình cả nó nhớ một trâu Switzerland lo lử lú tới chờ tí gì có này nó lấy nhớ đầu tí là cái nó của hai có lấy mua lấy chỉ cha tới ilu hồng mỏ nhớ đầu tí này nó ba trâu cho nên một nhớ trâu lú rõ chia nó có một cái nó cá nhau rồng.
When I came back, I reported to my friends in the Hmong Minnesota community, and many of them felt much better, and that international presence is there at Franken now.
Thiết thầu của ta các là cho hậu lúc sáng Minnesota nó của ta các là thạc hiện đầu của cho phun nhiễm mong cho chống tù lời của dòng xe thiết lời cho cái sự sinh của này là chờ mình chỉ lợi vì tiệt của dân uo cỏ hay tiệt này nó và tụt thời tròn tờ và này nó và năng sẽ tới chờ là do lúc của hậu tiệt tây nó do chủ lần bao giờ cho cái nhỏ non tờ và trồng mong muốn nhớ trò lu là lu rõ chia và nhớ tìm rõ tây.
Senator bao giờ Senator busy thế chỉ còn lấy nông yêu làm gì so Senator có sao có cái tên là Hmong nhóm Minnesota thế lựa khỏi chờ Hmong nhóm Minnesota họ ba con lựa chọn đó lo có ý kiến tu ở đặc biệt cho cái sai trả nào.
Senator, I know you are very busy and your schedule are very tight. What can Minnesota's Hmong community do to support your work?
The most important thing to support my work is, one, to work with my office. Nicole Lee, who is a Hmong Minnesotan, has worked in my office since the very beginning. And if you need anything to go to call Nicole. She's been working on all sorts of issues, veterans issues, all kinds of things, and she's a great part of my staff.
Ít họวันนี้นะวันนี้ว่าอยู่ป้าต่อดกูมาเนี่ยเราเขากู้ห้องการกู้มั่วนิโคลีว่าเขาหลุดเราดกูนี่เป้าเราอยากลงมึงจอดนะเรื่องอันนี้นะเกี่ยวตู้จอเรากู้ตู้จอเด้อในมรดกเราคู่จอนิโคอยู่ป้าต่อตรงนี้
But I guess the most important thing you can do to support me is to vote. It's very important for everyone to vote. That's how, and especially for groups that are new to the United States, to establish themselves is to make sure they're part of the political process. And the biggest part of that is voting. So I would ask you, every one of your listeners, to make sure that they vote either on November 4th, or if you're going to, you can vote early as well.
เขาจึงจังชับปลายวันนี้นะเนี่ยยป้าตองตะกูนะมาอยากขอวันนี้ยจูมุปอมบายจูมุปอมบาจีหายจ้าวันนี้นะว่าจ้าว่าเนี่ยนะอยากขอตัวเชียนะเดี๋ยวหล่อเนี่ยจูตอกงจ้าเกยนะว่าเรื่องเกยวันหนาวจื้อเนาะนะเนี่ยจูมุปอมบาที่เรียนะอยากขอยป้าตองมุปอมจ้าไอ้สั้นตายมุปอมจ้าหล่อตอหอเนี่ยเขาตัวมุปอตลูกก๋วยลินตูตีเปล่าหล่อตอ
If you want to help our campaign, you can call Tiffany Xiong. Tiffany is one of our organizers, and her phone number is 651-983-3458.
ที่อีกข้อวันนี้นะเสนทิฟนี่ช่องนอนกูยาตุนดอกกูว่าเขาหรือดอกกูเขาเกชิตือหนอตุจื้อเนาะยาเนี่ยซาเปาหล่ะเนี่ยฮูโดเซนทิฟนี่ก็เซ nó tua cổng đó đó cú khó kế ôn nào chứ nó tua ba cú thiết tua chơi ngà cú thiết nó và sao bao rong cho nó cú khó kế sĩ từ nó là tua ở khu đồ Tiffany.
Or if you like, you can go to www.alfranken.com on the internet.
Lo do thì nó thoát chơi này một số lú quả sa www.alfranken.com. Tiffany trong tua sao tông ya đầu chí ý chùa gì bé bao chí gì ý rong gì Tiffany trong tua sao tông ya đầu chí ý chùa gì bé bao chí gì.
But most importantly, get out there and vote.
Họ chỉ chẳng chấp lời này chủ tử một bom ba.
Sẽ Senatro phụ mình chỉ pha đùa với cái tình trạng mong chờ đợi để pha tàu họ cơ họ.
Senator, do you have anything to say to the Hmong community? Now is your time.
Thank you. Thank you for being such an important, vibrant part of Minnesota. Thank you for coming to Minnesota. Thank you for your community for being a fabric of Minnesota and enriching Minnesota and making Minnesota, like every other group that's come before you, a better place.
我找到你那我找我那多年的后生命所打，我找我那西的西绕靠个我生命所打那我容我找我那容力我你那我能到班到报我多年的后我生命所打那我个生命所打我梦。
Senatro 我找到个那些正听了呢哈。
Senator, thank you so much for your valuable time today.
Thank you, Peter.
我听张宏知道当的要 U.S. Senator Al Frank ตัวกองตัวสต้องตัวมันเอาสิถามมันจีตัวไปก็ต้องจับมองเฉยๆถ้าเราไม่เข้าไปไปจังช่วยโปรแกรมสิที่ไม่เพียงตอนเดินนะฮะ